Hey guys, it's Roscoe on the Space Coach set. I've got another sci-fi classic for you, and it's this, the Terran Trade Authority Handbook of Great Space Battles. This is full of fantastic images that really inspired me when I was a child, including that front cover there. I was always trying to draw cities being blown up. So you've got great things like this. This is absolutely brilliant. It's all like the history of the future. It's like the Terran Trade Authority, formerly the World Trade Authority, was founded in 1999 as a subsidiary of the World Council. So yes, this. Loved the ships. I mean, this was very much that 1970s style, wasn't it? I mean, you used to see these on the covers of books all the time. I was always trying to make Lego out of some ships of Lego. So there's that image again that we talked about before from the Green Hills of Earth. In this instance, it's the aging Terran battleship Umberto emerges from a service hangar on a planet in the Braun group. Pressed back into service after 10 years in the mothball fleet, the Umberto was later rammed by a Lagunan city ship and exploded, killing all aboard. Such a shame, looks ever so streamlined. What else do we have? Space tanks. This is very similar to the cover of Futuropolis, which I actually have here. That style obviously was very popular in the 1970s. There's another great image, two ships colliding. What is that? It's a freighter crashing into a supply ship. Now this image I'm sure I have seen many times, but I love that. I was always trying to draw that. I can't draw for anything, but I was always trying to draw that ship. It's just fantastic. Then this was another one that I found very inspiring, really stuck in my memory. That's called the Lemur, just before a mutiny broke on board. This you will have seen possibly. That's an absolute classic image. I've seen that several times. The Stellar Cow, that's another one. I think I could just about manage to draw that. And I was always trying to make it out of Lego as well, but I absolutely loved that image. It's brilliant. What else do we have? It's a hospital ship that drifted off course and was never seen again. There's a mobile monitor station orbiting Mars. Kind of looks a bit like the Battlestar Galactica without the side pods, doesn't it? Probably about the same size. Now, there's the marshalling yards of Tobruk under attack. It was never rebuilt after the war. I love that image. Two listening ships in the asteroid belt. Not that that's a real asteroid belt. That would have to be like in a planetary ring system or something for it to be like that. Now there is that image again that we saw in Futuropolis. In this case, it's a Lagunan city ship crashing into one of the Trade Authority's interstellar communications pylons in its mad dash across the planet, Earth that is. I vaguely remember in this war, the last city ship, it was hovering over Beijing, which is the nerve centre of Asia with its 150 million inhabitants. But they managed to divert it from crashing into there, and it crashes into the Pacific instead. Despite their best attempts, they were unable to salvage it, and it sank to the bottom of the Pacific Ocean. Funny the things you remember. I also loved this image. This is a guy called Robin Maxwell, the young heir of Maxwell Textiles Complex. Corporation, that is the complex. Duel to the death scenario, because they're all so rich, and that board, you know, they'll do that. And this is when him and the other guy land on some planets. The Nimrod Club, I think they're called. They go in opposite directions. Robin decides to go all well, Green Arrow, I guess, you know, and use old tech arrows, all that sort of stuff, thinking stealth, all of that, he'll be able to avoid his friend, who is totally high-tech kitted out, and slices him in half the moment he gets anywhere near him. Should have thought twice about agreeing to that duel. Now this, giant mining vehicles fighting each other, the Duel of Sisyphus 3. Yes, fantastic. Now this is another image that really stuck with me, and again I was always trying to draw cities on fire like this. That's clearly the Capitol building in Washington there, with newer skyscrapers next to it. But yes, this is during the Great Rebellion, I guess, when Civil War. There's another image. I'm sure I've seen that on a book cover somewhere or in a magazine. But again, that style of art is very 1970s. Now there's this, which I think might be from a different period. That reminds me, they're called Barracudas. Reminds me obviously of the Vipers from Battlestar Galactica, but also a little bit X-wingy, but also the Starfighter in the TV show Buck Rogers in the 25th Century was kind of a bit like that, I guess. But there's another little battle going on there. Love these ships, but yes, very 60s, 70s style. I think it might even be earlier. No, it couldn't be much earlier than that. They wouldn't have had the imagination. Let's see. That's about it, I think. But now there's an interesting image for you. This is on a planet where they're hallucinating. I think it's something in the air or the water or whatever. But obviously it's not a giant three-headed dog on that planet. Now this image I have seen before. I think this might have been used in an Isaac Asimov book. Not the Foundation series, but more, I was going to say iRobot, but the early years of robotics with Dr. Susan, I forget her name. So yes, I've seen that image before. I think it's used for that. It's a fantastic image. All of the ships are leaving from Earth, carrying the mutants after the nuclear wars. There's a guy escaping on his jetpack, escaping from space pirates, I believe, with vital information. That's Captain Mas Yelwok. What a great name. And they're escaping off-world. Fantastic image that is. Amazing ships in here. What else is there? Yeah, there's another one. Do like that image. Again, you used to see these on the covers of, let's say, the Foundation series or what have you. There's always that style. And there is an image you will see in another book I have. It's actually the cover image of that. That is a battle cruiser, I think, being destroyed. Yes. Cutting off any escape from the planet, says the text. And there's two giant robots going at it. Well, they're not giant robots. What are they? Missile launchers, they are. I assume they're run by AIs. So yes, the Terran Trade Authority. I believe there were several in this sequence. I have got others that are similar. This is the only TTA one I have. But yes, loved those books. Very inspiring when I was a child. My mind was just full of all of those spaceships and faraway cities. It was absolutely fantastic. Anyway, guys, please subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this content. Leave me a comment or a suggestion for an upcoming topic you'd like to see discussed, or like the video.